Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. So today is a video which has been most requested by a lot of students. So since I had shared my 1.5 day strategy for law and international tax, many of you all have been asking me how to plan for the other subjects as well and to share my strategy for the other subjects. So I'll be sharing that in this video. And also I want to bring to your notice that it's very, very important to plan your 1.5 day well ahead of time. And I think right now is the correct time to do it. So whenever you're doing any subject, you read the subject and at the end of it, you make a plan as to how do you want to approach it right before the exam. Again, here it's very important to keep the sequence very well maintained, as in what you've done during your initial read and during your revisions, you maintain that sequence and tweak it a little bit so that you are not like completely out of proportion during the exam days. And one disclaimer here, I think the main point is you should not follow anybody else's 1.5 day plan, because essentially everybody has different sets of strengths and weaknesses, and everybody has approached every chapter in a different fashion. And that's why it's important to make your own plan. And as I said, right now is the correct time for that. So having said that, right now I'll share my 1.5 day plan with you and make you understand how you can probably make your plan. So again, a disclaimer here, since our exams had been postponed like multiple times, the dates have been slightly distorted, as in some had been made considering the July exam and some considering the first half of November. So it's slightly distorted here for different subjects. Uh, so FR, essentially, I think it will be very simple to make a plan, since you have a bucket of say 4 to 5 days where you can study the entire syllabus. So this you can do it as per your discretion and similar to how you've done in your earlier reads. Because if you follow the same sequence, I think you will be able to grasp things and remember things much better. So I would advise you to follow the same sequence for FR at least. And also, since like FR, you will be doing it for uh, 4 to 5 days. I think in the last day, it's important to revise all the very, very important concepts or things you think are going to come for sure. Say some important concepts of 109 or something of that sort. Because I think like you won't be able to remember 4-5 दिन पहले what you had studied. So it's important that on the exam day in the morning you revise stuff, and that you can do. Probably you can revise any specific index, or what you can do is while you're studying during the 4 to 5 days, if you think anything is something you find new or something you think you won't be able to remember, you make a separate book or a separate, write it on a separate piece of paper that this I have to revise again. Like while reading during the exams also you write it that this I have to revise again on the exam day. I think that had helped me personally. So for the other subjects, since you get a very less amount of time, that is 1.5 days and say 2.5 days for a few subjects where you have an additional off, I think it's important to consider the fact that you will be coming home after exams, say a 3 to 6 exam or a 2 to 5 exams, and you will be completely exhausted. So that day you have to allocate it to chapters which you think are slightly easy, or even if like your mind is not 100% present and it's say 80 to 90% present, you will be able to grasp the concepts very well. So those chapters you can allocate on the first day. And on the second day, the day when you have a off, I think initially, like from the morning, you have to allocate it to chapters which you feel are very important and have huge weightage in your exams and are very, very conceptual to understand, so that you can give a fair deal of time to those chapters right in the beginning. And then you can probably move on to these slightly less important chapters. And again, on the third day, that is on the exam day, it's important to keep those chapters which you think are difficult to remember or which you think are sure shot going to come. Because when I say difficult to remember, say you've done it one day before, still you won't be able to remember some things or something which is very, very confusing. So all of that you can do on the exam day, so that your memory retention is much higher on that day, since the duration between your exam and the time when you have revised is very, very less. So that way you can bifurcate the chapters, and also depending on the way in which you've studied or revised. So if you look here, what I've done is for SFM, I started with valuation of equity and bond management because they were slightly manageable chapters, and I did it on the first day. And then the next day, if you see, I started with derivatives and forex and the important chapters which are slightly difficult to understand. And then I also gave a sufficient amount of time for all the small chapters and the small concepts like exponential moving average, efficient market hypothesis, money market, like all the miscellaneous chapters. And on the third day, I gave specific time to theory because I think theory is extremely, extremely important, and a lot of people tend to skip that. But personally, for me, I thought it will be very, very scoring, and that is why I gave a great, great deal of time. If you, as you can see, 6 to 10:30 for theory, and then at the end you do RTPs, MTPs, and suggested whatever you've solved. Like you would have marked certain questions which you think are completely out of the box and which you want to solve. So you can do that at the end. And like at the very end, I'll say 2 hours on the exam day, like right before you appear for your exams, you have to give time to formulate, to limits, and to all the small summaries which you've made essentially during this period, because that is how you'll be able to retain it much better and score much better. I think, say for SFM, it's formulae. For audit and law, it's applicability and limits and all of that, because that will come in MCQs. So that way you'll have to plan. Then again, here, if you see for theory, I had like written the source also, like from which book do I have to refer what chapter. So that's very important that you write everything on one page, because on the exam day, you do not want to spend or lose out even on a single minute where you are kind of lost where to study what from. Then similar for audit. And audit, what I like, a lot of people do all the essays together and all the small chapters together, but essentially I thought it would become very, very monotonous and very, very confusing doing all the essays together. So I had basically allocated like some time for essays, then some time for other chapters. I had made a mix of all of that, depending on like how I had studied earlier and depending on my comfort with each topic. Then again, audit, in the last, you have to do professional ethics clauses, limits, CARO clauses, and essay ka list, because it's important to write the essay number as well as the essay name when you start with an answer, because it leaves a very, very good impression on the examiner. And also when you write the essay name, it has to be word to word, and you cannot just, write a synonym of the words which are used in the bare essay name. Then this is for law. Law, I think I've very, very broadly discussed in the law video also, so I'm not going back again to that. Then this is costing. So costing again, like I had taken the practical subjects on the first day because I thought a theory will be something which will require more concentration, and that is why that I did on the next day. And it's important to do all the case studies. So I think I'd given specific time for that also. Then international tax, again, I've discussed in a separate video, so I'm not going to be going there again. So some of the chapters of DT I had done during international tax because we had 2.5 days holiday. So if you're looking at only the DT exam plan here, make sure that you do not skip on those chapters, because I have not written them here. I've done it earlier. So here, if you see in DT, what I've done is on the day when I gave paper 6 exams, I allocated time only for assessments and all the assessment procedure, income tax authorities, appeals, revisions, all the miscellaneous chapters, because those are like very, very, if you give it time on the second day, I thought it will take a lot of time for me, because these are like very, very lengthy topics. But I wanted to make sure I do it, say, in the 5-6 hours on that day itself. So that is why I gave myself this timeline here. Then the next day I started with PGBP in the morning, because as all of you know, it's very important, and question 1 is of course from there. So you can refer how I have made here. And again, in the end, everything revision. Then IDT again, everybody would feel that IDT is slightly easier and it's simpler to cover it, but make sure that you have very, very detailed plan for IDT, because it has everything. It has GST, it has customs, it has FTP, and if you miss out on anything, you may lose out on a lot of marks. And also it's your 8th paper, and you'll be like completely exhausted by the time you reach the 8th paper, and you will not have the mental strength to take a lot of things, but that is why this paper requires additional efforts. And that's why I started with GST, and then I did customs, and in between I did all the other miscellaneous topics also. So do not, like, a lot of students I've seen is that they do not do customs very well. They think that GST kar liya to you'll be able to get good marks. But I think the institute has been focusing a lot on asking out of the box questions, or questions from customs or FTP or from chapters which people tend to skip. So it's important not to skip anything here. Even small chapters like anti-profiteering, stores, post and courier, I did not get a lot of time, but I just quickly ran through them because you do not want to skip anything. So that's about it. I think it's very, very important to keep yourself very, very calm and positive now, because the exams are very close. And also during those exam days, you have to make sure that you are away from all the negative energy, and you are very, very focused on your study, because you are very, very close to the finishing line now. And all your efforts and all the hard work which you put in all through these months are going to culminate into the exams very soon. So you do not want to miss out on the finishing line just by a few steps. So give it your best shot, and I'm sure you all will be able to succeed with flying colors, with hard work, and with faith. Thank you so much. Bye bye.